The McDonnell Douglas F-4 Phantom II stands as one of the most iconic, versatile, and widely used fighter jets in aviation history, a twin-engine, all-weather, supersonic jet interceptor and fighter bomber that not only served as the backbone of the United States Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps during the Cold War but also achieved legendary status worldwide by becoming the most widely exported American fighter of its generation, embodying a unique combination of raw power, adaptability, and combat effectiveness that made it a workhorse across multiple nations and conflicts. The story of the Phantom began in the early 1950s, when McDonnell Aircraft Company developed a carrier-based fighter designed to meet the U.S. Navy's need for a fleet defense interceptor, originally envisioned as an upgrade to its F-3H Demon, but after redesigns and evaluations, the program evolved into the XF-4H prototype, which first flew on May 27, 1958, and immediately demonstrated outstanding performance with its twin General Electric J79 turbojet engines, delivering blistering speeds, high-altitude capability, and unmatched acceleration, qualities that made it an instant success in the Pentagon's eyes, leading to full-scale production. The F-4 entered service with the U.S. Navy in 1960 and the Marine Corps in 1962, while the Air Force, initially skeptical of a Navy-developed aircraft, adopted it in 1963 due to its unmatched capabilities, making the Phantom the only aircraft to serve simultaneously in frontline roles across all three major U.S. air arms. Its design was bold and distinctive, featuring a large, powerful airframe capable of carrying up to 18,000 pounds of ordnance on 9 external hardpoints, a tandem two-seat cockpit for a pilot and radar intercept officer (RIO), a high-mounted wing with 45-degree sweep, anhedral tailplanes, and twin J79 GE-17 engines that gave it a maximum speed of over Mach 2.2, approximately 1,485 miles per hour, a combat ceiling exceeding 60,000 feet, and a climb rate of more than 41,000 feet per minute, making it one of the fastest and highest-flying fighters of its era. Initially armed with AIM-7 Sparrow radar-guided missiles and AIM-9 Sidewinder heat-seeking missiles, the Phantom was designed with a missile-only philosophy in line with early 1960s thinking that dogfighting was obsolete, but combat experience in Vietnam quickly demonstrated the limitations of this concept, as missile reliability was often poor and close and maneuvering engagements were still common, leading to the addition of an M61 Vulcan 20mm internal cannon in later versions such as the F-4E. One of the Phantom's greatest strengths was its multirole adaptability. It could function as an interceptor, air superiority fighter, ground attack aircraft, reconnaissance platform, and even a Wild Weasel SEAD suppression of enemy air defenses aircraft, excelling in almost every mission set it was assigned, which helped it remain relevant for decades. During the Vietnam War, the F-4 became the principal U.S. air combat platform, flying thousands of sorties in both air-to-air and air-to-ground roles, scoring 277 aerial victories against North Vietnamese MiGs, though also suffering significant losses due to surface-to-air missiles, SAMs, anti-aircraft artillery, and agile enemy fighters like the MiG-17 and MiG-21, which exposed the Phantom's relative lack of maneuverability compared to smaller adversaries. Nevertheless, the Phantom proved resilient and deadly when properly supported, and with the introduction of advanced tactics, better training, and the Top Gun program, U.S. kill ratios improved dramatically by the later stages of the war. The Phantom also played a vital role in reconnaissance with the RF-4 variant, which provided invaluable intelligence with cameras and sensors replacing its armament, while its F-4G Wild Weasel variant specialized in hunting enemy radar and SAM sites, a mission critical to U.S. and NATO operations in later conflicts. In terms of global reach, the F-4 Phantom II was exported to more than a dozen allied nations, including the United Kingdom, Germany, Japan, Israel, Turkey, Greece, South Korea, Iran, Spain, and Australia, with many of these countries employing the jet in combat. Most notably Israel, which used the Phantom nicknamed Kernas, or Sledgehammer, with devastating effect in the War of Attrition and the Yom Kippur War, achieving numerous air-to-air kills and deep strike missions against Arab forces, while Iran, equipped with over 200 Phantoms before the 1979 revolution, used them extensively during the Iran-Iraq War of the 1980s, conducting long-range bombing raids and air superiority missions against Iraqi forces. The United Kingdom's Royal Air Force and Royal Navy also flew specially modified versions of the Phantom with Rolls-Royce Spey engines, though these were less powerful at high altitude compared to the American J79-powered versions. Beyond combat, the Phantom set an incredible series of records, including speed, altitude, and time to climb achievements during the early 1960s, such as Operation Sageburner, where an F-4 flew at 900 miles per hour at treetop level, and Operation Skyburner, where an F-4 reached a world record speed of 1,606 miles per hour, solidifying its reputation as a technological marvel. In total, 5,195 F-4 Phantoms were built between 1958 and 1981, making it the most produced American supersonic military aircraft in history, and its longevity was remarkable, serving in the U.S. military until 1996 in frontline roles, with the final U.S. Phantoms retired as QF-4 target drones in 2016, while foreign operators like Greece, Turkey, South Korea, and Iran continued flying upgraded Phantoms well into the 21st century. The aircraft was not without its flaws. It was large, heavy, and produced enormous black smoke trails from its J-79 engines, earning nicknames like Double Ugly and Smokey Joe, and its lack of agility compared to smaller fighters demanded energy, tactics, and teamwork in dogfights, but its raw power, versatility, and weapons load more than compensated, making it a respected adversary. Pilots often describe the Phantom as a brute force machine, capable of immense acceleration and firepower, but requiring skill and discipline to exploit fully. Among its many variants, the F-4B, F-4C, F-4D, F-4E, and F-4J were the most widely used, each introducing improvements in radar, avionics, and armament, while specialized variants like the F-4G Wild Weasel and F-4 reconnaissance models extended its utility beyond pure combat roles. Interestingly, the Phantom was also used by the U.S. Navy's Blue Angels and the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds demonstration teams in the late 1960s and early 1970s, showcasing its power and agility in aerobatic displays, though its massive size and fuel consumption made it challenging for such roles. Another fascinating fact is that the Phantom was among the first fighters to integrate extensive radar and avionics for beyond visual range (BVR) combat, pioneering concepts that would later become standard in modern fighters like the F-15 and F-16. Its cultural impact was equally significant, as the Phantom became a symbol of American airpower during the Cold War, appearing in countless films, documentaries, and even postage stamps, while also earning nicknames such as Rhino. For its bulky appearance, the Phantom also became the subject of numerous technological upgrade programs across the globe, with modernized versions featuring new radars, avionics, and even compatibility with modern weapons such as precision-guided munitions and advanced air-to-air missiles, extending their lifespan into the 21st century. Perhaps one of the most impressive aspects of the F-4 Phantom's history is its role in shaping air combat training doctrines, as its experiences in Vietnam directly led to the establishment of the Navy's Top Gun School in 1969 and the Air Force's Red Flag exercises in the 1970s, both of which revolutionized pilot training and contributed to America's air superiority in later decades. Despite being retired from frontline service, the Phantom remains a beloved aircraft among aviation enthusiasts, historians, and veterans, with many preserved in museums and airparks worldwide, serving as lasting reminders of its immense contribution to aviation history. To sum up, the F-4 Phantom II was not just a fighter jet but an enduring symbol of Cold War airpower, a machine that combined brute strength, adaptability, and technological innovation into a single platform that served across countless roles and battlefields, scoring victories, breaking records, and leaving behind a legacy as one of the greatest and most influential fighter aircraft ever built.